Welcome, my dear students. Welcome back to the another lecture in the career and development. In our career and development, a new lecture in career and development. In this lecture, we will start to talk about the. Here we go. The purpose of training. We will talk about the purpose of training. Purpose of training. So the purpose of training is to respond to technology changes affecting job requirements, respond to organizational restructuring. What is the meaning of restructuring? Restructuring means that we need to flat the organization. The structure of organization is the components of these organization. The components structure, like let me show you just now what do we mean by the word structure, so that you get an idea about what do we mean by the word structure. So structure means is to reform or struct, like exactly engineering, re-engineering the situation of the company, like how tall will be the organization, this structure, is it flattened or tall or classical structure, how it will be, how it looks like, and all these are figures of structure, and I will show it to you right now in figures of structure. You'll show it to you just now. The thing is also the diversity at the workplace. When we have diversity, like in Canada, here is an example. There are a lot of people from different countries, and they are working all together. So here, this we call diversity. Diversity needs from the manager is to train the people for the other people's cultures, for the habits of work, and so on. For career developments, also we need the purpose of training for career development, for the growth of a company. And training mainly focus on reducing the number of accidents as well. Number of accidents. This is another purpose for training, to reduce the number of accidents, to increase productivity and quality as well, to increase productivity and quality, and to promote versatility and adaptability to new methods. These are the things which we focus on and the purpose of training. One thing more here as well. I just want you to see now with me what is the meaning of the word structure. Let's go here. I'll just see it right now. Okay, guys, here we go. Maybe still is not open. That's fine. It's okay. So here we go. Respond to technology changes. This is also another purpose of training. The structuring, diversity, career, the growth, like reduce the number of accidents, improve the quality, and promote versatility as well. So what comes next? We'll go now to the advantages of training. So we said the purpose of training, and we will move forward to the advantages of training like that way. Leads to improved profitability. The profitability is increased because we do this so that the losses will be less, so the profits will be more, and more positive attitudes towards profit orientation. Improves the job knowledgement and skill at all the levels of the organizations, at all the levels. So it's like to improve also the knowledge and the skills of all employees, to improve the moral of the workforce as well, to help people identify the organizational goals, to help create a better corporate images, fosters authentically, opens and trust, and improve the relationship between boss and subordinates. One of the reasons, yeah, as long as the work is going well and everything is fine, so the relationship between the employee and the workers will be in a good situation. The employer and the employees relationship will be in a good situation. Aid in organizational development and learn from the trainee, and help prepare guidance of work. Sometimes trainee here in this point they have a positive, they have sometimes good skills and good training. Here I want to go to the structure and show you what is the meaning of the word structure. Organizational structure. Let's say organizational structure. Organizational structure. And let me show you what do we mean by the word structure. Organizational structure. Here we go. Because we said one of the reasons for the training is a change in the organizational structure. So here we go. Just one sec, it will come now. It's all about some heavy stuff there. Here is example or examples for the structure of organization. When we go to the images, when we go to the images, here we go. So these are some figures for the organization structure. Like you see here, we have here this one. That's fine. If we just want to enlarge it, let's press it, see how it goes. Yeah. So here, till we come to it, till it come till upload. Here I just want to say there's advantages of training, like the improve profitability, improve the job knowledge, improve the morale of the workforce, help people identify the organizational goals, helps create a better corporate image, fosters authentically, opens and trust, improve the relationship between boss and subordinates, aids in organization's development, learn from trainee, and help prepare guidelines of work. So particularly, those are the advantages of training. And we talk now about two things. Here we go, just for the figure of the structure. Let us see how it looks like. This is the structure of the organization here right now. So I have the president, research and development department, manufacturing, marketing, human resource, finance, and procurement. So here are, if we want to merge two departments together or separate them or whatever we want to do will be easier. When this what we call structure. That's what we call structure. Also here, you have many kinds of structures. These are example on this one. Let us see it. I think it's enlarged now. So it's like we can enlarge it and see. This is another figure of structure. Here we go. How it looks like. This is the organizational structure. So we need the training. And so look at this here. The board of directors here, there is divided into director for operations, director for marketing, director for account finance, like managers, operation manager, operation of marketing, manager of marketing department, manager of account and finance, and manager of human resource. And we have also here, generate from that, also branch sub-managers or sub-departments, like here, GM and GM quality for the manufacturing. So split into more divided departments and so on till we go till the lower level. If we want to change in this organizational structure, we need to have a kind of training and a career training. We need it to have a kind of career training, if that's what we need right now. So we need to do like I told you, we need to do a kind of training for the employees. Okay. Okay, guys, let's move forward now. So we'll go here right now to add some more questions for the questions which we have before on the previous lectures. On the previous lectures, we talk about define employees training, define employees development, compare between education and training. And today we will talk about the purposes of training. Another question on the purpose of training. We'll have two questions today. One question about the advantages of training, and the other question, the advantages of training, and the other question about the purposes of training. And the purposes, like I said before, we have many purposes for training. Just give me 1 sec, please, because it's still uploading. Okay, here we go. So we covered on those parts now the advantage of training. And before this, we talk about the purposes of training. We talk about the purposes of training and the advantages of training right now. Okay. Right now, I will go to question 4. What are the purposes of training? What are the purposes of training? And here we go also. These are the questions of today. Control and V. And the other question is, question 5. What are the advantages of training? So we have what are the purposes of training and what are the advantages of training? Those are the two questions which we'll have right now. And I will stop here, my dears, for about a few minutes to get the answer of those two questions. We will stop here around 5 minutes for you guys to get the answer. You can write the answers on your notebooks as well. You can write the answers on your notebook, that's fine. And you can write it to me in the chat box. It's okay. If you like to put it in the chat box, that's fine. If you like to write it in your notebooks, that's also fine. So the question is, what are the purposes of training? And what are the advantages of training? What are the purposes and the advantages of training? The purposes of training and the advantages of training. Those are the two questions which I want you to answer right away. Thanks. Again, please put your answers on the, you can also Google search for bonus answers. You can Google search, you can take the question, copy and paste, and paste it to your Google search. And you will find a lot of things, also a lot of satisfied answers. You can also write the your own citation. You can write your own where you copy it from. That's fine. It's okay. So what are the purposes of training and what are the advantages of training? Those are the two topics which I want you to work on. If we want to make now a distinction between training and development, and we just want to know the difference between training and development here, the training is for the managers, development for managers. Training is a technical part of the work, but development, like education, it includes both of them. It includes the theoretical part and the practical part. But it focused mainly on the theoretical part. So development focus on the theoretical part. Training is when we train someone, he's trained in a specific job. But the development is general. General means it's always general means that it's always in all the fields. It doesn't mean only for the work specifications. Training need a small part of time, which we call it short term, a small range of time, which we call short term, but development needs long term. Development needs long term. These are mainly the differences between the, or distinction between training and development. Okay. I've been to this part before, the training and the education. I've been to this part before, the training and the education. We said the training is short-term process and the education is long-term process. Training is in specific purposes, but education in overall development. Training is related to technical skills, like we said before, but education is for the behavioral and attitudes. Okay. Training is applicable, which is practical parts. Focus the training, focus on the practical parts, but education focus on theoretical orientation, the backgrounds of everything before you move into the practical parts. Training depends on the job, things related to the job. Education, like I said in the previous lecture, it's a classroom work because it's mainly theoretical. So we care about the classroom work here and classroom learning. Training is a specific task, means I want to train you to use the Microsoft Office. I just want you to learn how to use the Microsoft Office. But education is a general concept. Training is not a perspective, but education is a broad perspective. Education is looking beyond, and development as well is looking beyond, but training is a current need, and these are differences between them. And we had this previously, guys. We had a question, compare between education and training, and also what apply for the education for career development apply as well. So that's the point. Okay, we talk about the purposes of training, the advantages of training, and we have questions about them. Now we will move forward for the third part, which is the areas of training. What are particularly the areas of training? What are those areas? The areas of training usually is the knowledge. It's the knowledge. The first part of it is the knowledge. Here, the trainee learns about a set of rules and regulations about the job. Look at this. Training about the job. Look at the word. Training about the job. The stuff and the products or services offered by the company. The aim is to make the new employee fully aware of what goes inside and what outside of the company. Okay. Technical skills. The technical skills, the employee is taught a specific skill. So these are areas of training. Knowledge, to know all about, okay, this machine, I will know first all about the machine, which I will work on, right? I will know everything about the machine, how it works, and this and that's technical skills. The employee is taught a specific skills, like operating a machine. Now, let us work on the machine itself. Firstly, I know this machine. In the knowledge, this machine produces 200 units per hour. It's made in Germany. Its capacity is 33 horsepower, and. This is the knowledge. Before you approach the machine, technical skills start when you start working on the machine itself. When you start working on the machine, here technical skills comes, the rule of the technical skills comes. So the employee is taught a specific skills, operating a machine and handling a computer, so that he can acquire that skill and contribute meaningfully. Those are the things which is areas of training, but those actually are not only the areas of training. We have many areas of training. Also, social skills. Training include the social skills. The employee is made to learn about himself and the others here. Okay, things about the mental attitudes toward the job, colleagues, and the company. What is the company which you're working in? All this inside the training. Who is your colleagues? Who are your colleagues? So these things, like, it's all social skills. And also how to work as a member of a team member, or how to work as a member within the team. This also goes to the social skills. Techniques, this involves the application of knowledge and skills to various of the job situation. Yeah, how this machine will work, in case there is no power, what you will do, how to increase the productivity of this machine, and instead of producing 2 units per hour, how you can make it produce 7 units per hour. And these are, so everything about it. What will happen if the machine is broken or it's off? What are the maintenance schedules? When this machine, you have to change the oil for this machine, and when you have to put gas, or if it's working with the hydro or the electricity, or the power is electricity, what is the feed? Is it 220 volt or 110 volt, and so on? A training program, it will go a long way in obtaining employees' loyalty and support. Techniques help to reduce the vague of the job and to make everything is clear in front of the employee. Next, we come to the training process model. The first start is need assessment, then developing and conducting trainee, then evaluating the trainee. So the process of training goes like this. First, what is the field need assessment? Means what is the fields that we have to enhance in our training for the new employee? What are the things which we will focus on the training program with the new employee? This is need assessment. So this employee need to be trained on how, as example, let's say in a security guard job, needs to be trained on to check out what are the exits of the building and the fences. So I have to show him where are the main exits, where are the borders of the building and the area, the locks keyword or the password of all the locks, what he has to do in a case of fire alarm, what he has or she has to do in a case of the emergencies, and so on. Then the second part is developing and conducting training. So you see first what the employee needs, then you develop and conduct a training to the employee. Then these two stages is not enough. The third stage is the most important part. 1, 2, this is 1, this is 2, and the third one is most important, which is evaluating the training. Evaluating the training. In this stage, which is evaluating the training, you simply have a feedback. Did the training was successful and the employee already acquired the skills needed for the job or no? This is the question. Again, I would say evaluate training means that what you will do after the or posterior to the training program. Once you're done for the training, you have to check out if the trainee is the person whom you trained. Is he now fully aware of the technical skills which you thought he need assessments in the start of the program of training or no? Did he cover all the points and is able now to work on the job, to handle the job successfully? Is he aware of all the needs assessments which he should have to fulfill the job requirements? Is he able to work by himself now, or he still need assistance? This is the evaluating training. So that will lead me now to ask our question today, question 6. Discuss the training process. Discuss the training process. And here I will put the, here we are, discuss the training process. What we would do in the training process. This is another question right now. Discuss the training process. Shall stay here around 5 minutes before we leave to another part. Thanks. Guys, like I told you, please, you can, the best part is to put notes, take notes inside your notebook. So answer these questions inside your notebook. Or alternatively, you can send it to me on the chat box here. You can send it on the chat box. So you can answer it here in your notebook, inside your notebook, or answer it on the chat box. That will be fine. Thank you. We'll wait here like around 3 minutes to 5 minutes to get the answer of this question. Discuss the training process. Thank you. we came to an end of this lecture today. We came into the end of this lecture, and the questions were, what are the advantages of training, and discuss the training process, discuss what are the advantages of training, and discuss the training process. Shall leave you in peace and see you on the next lecture. Thank you so much. Thank you.